Take a deep breath in. Let it all the way out. Just let it out. Look back to your chest. And now turn your attention back to your palms. And just gently ask for love. I just want some love. And let it run up your arms. And let it start to fill your chest. Let's take another deep breath together and suck in all that love. You can, in this moment, experience everything that everybody else in this room has experienced. All the knowledge they've collected. All of the intelligence that they are capable of. All of the service they've given to their loved ones. It turns out they're all just as good as you are at pouring love out. And they're just as bad as you are at taking love in. And so the sheer amount of available love in this room is infinite. There's so much unabsorbed love in here. And I think that's why we are suffering so much as humanity, is we've disconnected from the vortex, the matrix of love that is literally emanating out of all of us all the time. And we can't even figure out how to plug back into that. You are so loved. I want you to go back in time right now to the womb. Here we are right now. We're at some age and we're going to just start traveling back swiftly. Now you're 10. You haven't had to go through the fucking puberty shit yet. And you're just like still like in that wonderful magical moment of being 10 when life's still very simple. Like you just want to go ride bikes with your friends. Remember when you're 10 and you catch a perfect hill on your bike and you're just flying down it. This complete freedom. No effort, just wind whipping by you. And then suddenly you're this newborn and you're just blowing your mind over the beauty of the world. You just came out of this like kind of glowy, warm space that was nothing very distinct to see. And you're just in this cacophony of color, sound, voices. You're just taking all that in a brain that has no idea what it's seeing yet. But deeper down in that newborn is a very knowing soul. And if we back up into the womb now, where you're just an embryo, not even fully formed yet, I think there's still at some point in that transition between single cell and newborn baby, you're animated by this energy field. And this energy field has a deep knowingness in it. It's been in the universe since the beginning of whatever creation was. And you're in the womb with this deep knowingness inside yourself. And you're the collision of a little bit of DNA from mom and dad that helps give structure to the interaction with an electromagnetic field that will then manifest a personality that can't be coded for in the genes. It's easy to feel like an amazing parent when you have one child, but then when you have a second child, you suddenly realize you have nothing to do with this process. They're so different. They're just like so impossibly different from that first child. And you're like, what? Because you're not actually from your parents. I would like you all to dwell on that for a very long moment right now. You are not from your parents. So stop blaming them. They didn't create you. Are you kidding? No. They're just lost, confused human beings. You came from something much bigger. A much deeper knowingness, a much deeper wisdom. So sit in that for a moment. You're not from your parents. That's wonderful. So we have to stop blaming them for their shortcomings or their successes. We can neither give them credit nor ridicule for whatever happened in the parenting journey. And the dominant emotion that I find underlying most of the disease I take care of is abandonment. At some point you had a moment where you felt abandoned. And sometimes it's awful, horrific things, awful abuses and all kinds of things that made you feel abandoned. But I want you to realize, in the same way that you are not from your parents, there's no way they could have abandoned you, nor could they give you any actual companionship on a spiritual level. They are no more connected with their soul than anybody else, and so they were no more capable of really being present with you. They were there biologically for you, but they didn't know how to connect with you at that spiritual level. And I found out a few years ago, doing some just deep work with a myofascial therapist, releasing grief and the sense of I wasn't nurtured, to find out the embarrassing and humbling and incredible reality that there had been angels all over me in every one of those moments, at the soul level, nurturing my soul, never letting go of me. And that changed my whole perception of my story. In that moment, I realized I'm a soul that's ancient, that's been nurtured at the highest level of vibration since before I came into this body, and especially while I've been in this body. So give up your story. Your story is not one of hardship, I guarantee it. Our forefathers' generations had some hardship that we have never known. But deeper than that, there is no hardship on the soul level, because the souls move as a sardine would. Those souls, that soul within you, is literally as non-empathetic and non-empathic as the fish. It's just seeking a higher vibration. And it's asking you to a higher vibration. And so you are an ancient soul wrapped up in this moment. You are not abandoned at any moment. You have been cared for on a level that defies our understanding, our words. The word angel is not sufficient. These are beings of light. These are beings of energy that we have really no construct to understand in our human minds. And they're all around us, and we don't even understand that. We don't know why. We don't know how to interact with them entirely. But life is not the way it looks around you. And you're going to get there faster to this state of being willing to let go of your cubicle. What story have you been telling everybody that you have got to get gone? I want you to rebirth right now. You're in the womb right now, and I just want you to come back into this world with completely fresh eyes. Travel down that birth canal, that dark tunnel. And there's light at the end of that tunnel. And there's total chaos at the end of the tunnel for all your perceptive limitations, because you're about to step back into the world without any of your previous constructed self-identity, and that's going to feel like chaos. You're not going to be able to make immediate sense of everything, because you're going to keep checking yourself. Say, is that my old story? Be willing to be completely rebirthed. And we need to do that every single day, because you're so patterned in creating a new story. And you're just going to go build another one, and you're going to fashion a new cubicle, and you're going to be very super pleased with it. You think it's all shiny and cool, and you'll be just as stuck as you were before. And so, what will the quorum manifest? What are we going to do with our time so that we set in motion electrons that would inform not just our fellow man, but the children that would come after us? What are the whales going to sense right now? Can we connect with those fish and whales in the sea right now and say, I'm sorry. I am so sorry for all the plastic in your belly. I am so sorry for our selfish dominance of this planet. Thank you for your grace and your willingness to connect instantaneously with us. Thank you for welcoming us in as sardine and buffalo and wolf, eagle, fish, egg. What were you called to become this week? Have you let go enough of your story that you can become that